Unit 5. Role and functions of capital market. Page 15. Capital market is a market for long-term funds, unlike money market, which is market for short-term funds. Capital market refers to all facilities and institutional arrangements for borrowing and lending term funds, medium and long term. The demand for long-term money capital comes predominantly from private sector manufacturing industries and from government for economic development. The supply of funds comes largely from individual savers, corporate savings, banks, insurance companies, specialized financing agencies and the government. Segments of the capital market. It is segregated into gilt-edged market and the industrial securities. The gilt-edged market refers to the market for government and semi-government securities which are traded in the market in stable value and are sought by banks and other institutions. The industrial securities market refers to the market for shares and debentures of old as well as new companies. The market is further divided as primary market and secondary market. The primary market refers to the set-up which helps the industry to raise funds by issuing different types of securities which are issued directly to the investors, both individual and institutions. It discharges the important functions of transfer of savings, especially of the individuals. The neo issues of securities are placed in the form of public issues, right issues of private placements. The financial intermediaries such as bank, merchant bankers, issue houses, registrars, etc. help in efficient operations of this market. The secondary market refers to the network for subsequent sale and purchase of securities. On allotment, the securities can be sold and purchased in the secondary market. The secondary market is represented by stock exchanges in the capital market. The SEs provide an organized marketplace for the investor to trade in securities. Role of capital market. Mobilization of savings and acceleration of capital formation. Promotion of industrial growth. Raising long-term capital. Ready and continuous market. Proper channelization of funds and provision of variety of services. Role of capital market. 1. Mobilization of savings and acceleration of capital formation. 2. Promotion of industrial growth. 3. Raising long-term capital. 4. Ready and continuous market. 5. Proper channelization of funds. 6. Provision of variety of services. Stock exchanges. A stock exchange is a marketplace where government and non-government securities and shares and debentures are traded. The first stock exchange of the country came into existence on 9/7/1875 in Bombay, which is the most active market with over 1 lakh transactions per day and accounts for 70% of total business in the country. There are 22 stock exchanges in India established at most important commercial centers such as Hyderabad, Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, Indore, Kolkata, Chennai, Ludhiana, etc. Organized market. The SEs are organized markets, regulating the dealings in shares, securities and debentures for the benefit of the investors. They are centers of financial activities and as such are considered the barometers of the country's financial health. Securities. Securities are mainly classified into two groups, specified shares and non-specified shares, for the purpose of settlement. The specified shares group consists of equity shares of companies which have large equity base with wide shareholding, a consistently good track record and high level of activity on the secondary market. The non-classified are those consisting of all other listed shares, debentures and securities listed on other SEs. Demutualization of stock exchanges. It is a process through which ownership of a stock exchange is converted from mutual ownership association to ownership by shareholders company, that is converting a mutual association to a company. In a mutual exchange, the ownership, management and trading rights are vested in a single group of persons. The brokers are both the owners and traders in securities. But the demutualization separates all these three, that is the ownership, the management and the trading rights. BSE, NSE, OTCEI are all demutualized. Stockbrokers, SB, A stockbroker is a member of stock exchange having the authorization to undertake trading activities in shares. He has to get himself registered with SEBI. A sub-broker is affiliated to a member. He is also registered with SEBI. Page 16. Types of issues in primary market. Initial public offering. Unlisted companies make fresh issue of share of securities or they sell existing securities for the first time to the public. These securities are listed on the stock exchange. Further public offering. Under this process, the already listed companies make further public issue. They are allowed to do so when they continuously meet the listing obligations. Rights issue. Under this process, the listed companies may have fresh public issue and offer the shares to existing shareholders in a ratio fixed with reference to existing holding of shares with the shareholders. Private placement. It is a process when the securities are issued to a select group of investors. US 81 of Companies Act. A qualified institutional placement is a form of private placement which is made to the qualified institutional buyers. Issue pricing. There is no pricing formula for issue of securities prescribed by SEBI. The prices are fixed by the companies. There are two methods for fixation of price. Method 1. Price fixed by the company in consultation with the lead manager. Such issues are called fixed price issues. Number 2. A floor price is fixed by the company by giving 20% price band over the floor price and the issue price is left to the market to be fixed. This price is called the cut-off price and fixed by the issuing company on the basis of price discovery. This is called a book building process. Book building. Book building is the process to assess demand for a particular public issue at various prices based on which the issue is priced and sold to the investors. In such an issue, retail individual investors, non-institutional investors and the qualified institutional buyers are offered the securities in the ratio of 35:15:50. The book runner (lead manager) collects orders from various investors through other participating members. Thereafter, he decides the yields to be offered based on the orders received and the yields quoted for them. Safety net scheme. It is a process under which the investors are provided a facility to sell their holding at a prefixed price if they experience a volatile price variations in their stock price through a buyer-back arrangement. The buyback is available to original shareholders only and it is limited to fixed number of shares, say 1000 shares per allotee. Norms for companies issuing securities. As per SEBI, Disclosure and Investor Protection, Guidelines 2000, the companies issuing securities offered through an offer document are required to satisfy the following conditions. Before making a public issues of security, a company shall file a draft prospectus with SEBI through a merchant banker at least 30 days prior to the filing of the prospectus with the registrar of companies. Rights issue. A listed company shall make a rights issue where the aggregate value of such securities including premium, if any, exceeds Rs 50 lakhs after filing a draft letter of offer with SEBI at least 30 days prior to filing of the letter of offer with designated stock exchange DSE. Fast track issues. The above conditions shall not apply to a public issue of securities by a listed company or a rights issue of securities by a listed issuer company where the aggregate value of such securities including premium, if any, exceed Rs 50 lakhs if the following conditions are satisfied. A. The shares have been listed on any stock exchange having nationwide terminals for a period of at least 3 years. B. The average market capitalization of public shareholding of the company is at least Rs 10,000 crore for a period of 1 year. C. The annualized trading turnover over 6 calendar months has been at least 2% of the weighted average number of shares listed during the said 6 months period. D. It redressed at least 95% of the total investor grievances. D. It redressed at least 95% of the total investor grievances. E. It compiled with the listing agreement for a period of at least 3 years immediately preceding the reference date. F. The impact of the auditor's qualifications on the audited accounts does not exceed 5% of the net profit loss after tax for the company of the respective years. Companies barred not to issue security. A company shall not make an issue of securities if it has been prohibited from accessing the capital market by SEBI. Application for listing. A company shall make public issue if it has made an application for listing of those securities in the stock.
Page 17.
Issue of securities in dematerialized form. A company shall make public or rights issue or an offer for sale of securities if it enters into an agreement with depository for dematerialization of securities already issued or proposed to be issued to the public or existing shareholders. Initial public offering by unlisted companies. A company may make an IPO if it meets the following conditions. A. It has net tangible assets of Rs 3 crores in preceding 3 full years, of which not more than 50% is held in monetary assets. B. The company has a track record of distributable profits for at least 3 out of immediately preceding 5 years. C. The company has a net worth of at least Rs 1 crore in each of the preceding 3 full years of 12 months each. D. The aggregate of proposed issue and all previous issues in same financial year in size, that is offer through offer document plus firm allotment plus promoter's contribution through the offer document, does not exceed 5 times its pre-issue net worth as per audited balance sheet of the last financial year. Public issue by listed companies. A listed company shall be eligible to make a public issue of equity shares or any other security which may be converted into or exchanged with equity shares at a later date. The aggregate of the proposed issue and all the previous issues made in the same financial year in terms of size, that is the offer document plus firm allotment plus promoter's contribution through the offer document, issue size does not exceed 5 times its pre-issue net worth as per the audited balance sheet of the last financial year. In case there is a change in the name of the issuer company within the last 1 year, reckoned from the date of filing of the offer document, the revenue accounted for by the activity suggested by the new name is not less than 50% of its total revenue in the preceding 1 full year period. Exemption from eligibility norms. These provisions shall not be applicable in case of: first, a banking company set up under Banking Regulation Act 1949 and which has received license from the Reserve Bank of India or a public sector banks. 2. An infrastructure company whose project has been appraised by a public financial institution or Infrastructure Development Finance Corporation or Infrastructure Leasing and Financing Services Limited (IL&FS) or a bank which was earlier a PFI. And B. Not less than 5% of the project cost is financed by any of these institutions, irrespective of whether they were appraised the project or not, by the way of loan or subscription to equity or a combination of both. Credit rating for debt instruments. For making an issue of convertible debt instruments, following conditions should be satisfied. 1. Credit rating is obtained from at least one SEBI registered agency, which is to be disclosed in the offer document. All credit ratings obtained during the 3 years preceding the public or rights issue of debt instruments shall be disclosed. 2. The company is not in the RBI's list of willful defaulters and is not in the default of payment in respect of debentures issued to the public, if any, for a period of more than 6 months. IPO grading for an unlisted company. An unlisted company can make an IPO: A. If it has obtained grading rational description furnished by the credit rating agency. An unlisted company can make an IPO: A. If it has obtained grading for the IPO from at least one credit rating agency. B. Disclosures of all the grades obtained along with the rational description furnished by the credit rating agencies for each of the grades obtained have been made in the prospectus in case of fixed price issue or red herring prospectus in case of book build issue. Partly paid up shares. A company can make up a public or rights issue only when all the existing partly paid up shares have been fully paid or forfeited. Means of finance. A company can make a public or rights issue when firm arrangements of finance through verifiable means towards 75% of the stated means of finance, excluding the amount to be raised through the proposed public rights issue, have been made. Secondary market and its main product. Secondary market refers to a market where securities are traded after being initially offered to the public in the primary market and or listed on the stock exchange. Secondary market comprises of equity markets and the debt markets. The secondary market provides an efficient platform for trading of securities by the investors. For a company also, the secondary equity market serves as a monitoring and control mechanism through price information that guides management decisions. Equity market. Equity is the common ownership interest of shareholders in a company with various kinds of equity shares as under equity shares. An equity share, commonly referred to as ordinary share, also represents a form of fractional ownership in which a shareholder as a fractional owner undertakes the maximum entrepreneurial risk associated. Page 18. With a business value, the holders of such shares are members of the company and have voting rights. A company may issue such shares with differential rights as to voting, payment of dividend, etc. Rights issue / rights share. The issue of new securities to existing shareholders at a ratio to those already held. Bonus shares. Shares issued by companies to their shareholders free of cost by capitalization of accumulated reserves from the profits earned in the earlier years. Preferred stock / preference shares. Owners of these kind of shares are entitled to a fixed dividend or dividend calculated at a fixed rate to be paid regularly before dividend can be paid in respect of equity shares. They also enjoy priority over the equity shareholders in the payment of surplus, but in the event of liquidation, their claim ranks below the claims of companies' creditors, bondholders, and debenture holders. Cumulative preference shares, a type of preference shares on which dividend accumulates if it remains unpaid. All arrears of preference dividends have to be paid out before paying dividend on equity shares. Cumulative convertible preference shares, a type of preference shares where dividend payable on the same accumulates if not paid. After a specified date, these shares will be converted into equity capital of the company. Participating preference share, the right of certain preference shareholders to participate in profits after a specified fixed dividend contract for is paid. The right of certain preference shareholders to participate in profits after a specified fixed dividend contracted for is paid. Participation right is linked with the quantum of dividend paid on the equity shares over and above a particular specified level. Debt market. Debentures, an instrument issued by company bearing a fixed rate of interest, usually payable half-yearly on specific days, and principal amount repayable on particular date on redemption. Debentures are normally secured, charged against the assets of the company in favor of the debenture holder. Bond, a negotiable certificate evidencing indebtedness. It is normally unsecured, issued generally by a company, municipality, or a government agency. A bond investor lends money to the issuer. In exchange, the issuer promises to repay the loan amount on a specified maturity day. The issuer usually pays the bondholder periodic interest over the life of a loan. The various types of bonds are as follows. Zero coupon bond. Bond issued at a discount and repaid at face value. No periodic interest is paid. The difference between the issue price and the redemption price represents the return to the holder. The buyer of these bonds receives only one payment at the maturity of the bond. Convertible bond. A bond giving investor the option to convert the bond into equity at a fixed conversion price. Security receipts. Security receipt means receipt or other security issued by securitization company or reconstruction company to any qualified institutional buyer pursuant to the scheme, evidencing the purchase or acquisition by the holder thereof of an undivided right, title or interest in the financial asset involved in securitization. Government securities. These are the securities issued by RBI on behalf of government for raising funds at fixed interest rates called coupon. The interest is payable normally half-yearly at fixed intervals. The maturity period of these securities ranges from 91 days to 30 years. These securities may be in the form of zero coupon bonds that are issued at a discount, treasury bills. These are issued by RBI on behalf of government for raising short-term funds. Presently, these are available with maturity period of 91 days, 182 days and 364 days. Commercial paper. Commercial paper introduced during 1990 is a short-term money market instrument issued as a usance promissory note, unsecured. It is privately placed. The objective is to enable highly rated corporate borrowers to diversify their sources of short-term borrowing and to provide additional instrument to investors. Subsequently, primary dealers and FI have also been permitted to issue CP to enable them to meet their short-term funding requirements for their operations. Who can issue commercial paper, CP? Companies, primary dealers and all India financial institutions, FIs. For PDs, FIs, no eligibility criteria except their borrowing should be within their overall limiting. Companies, primary dealers, brackets PDs and all India financial institutions, brackets FIs. For PDs/FIs, no eligibility criteria except that their borrowing should be within their overall borrowing limit. Maturity, minimum 7 days and maximum up to 1 year. Denominations, rupees 5 lakh or multiple thereof. Regulatory requirement of SEBI for corporate securities. The securities issued through a public issue are required to be listed on a stock exchange to provide liquidity. The companies issuing these securities, including through private placement basis or the debt securities like debentures etc., have to follow the conditions stipulated by SEBI for this purpose. Unlisted companies can also get their securities listed. These securities are required to be issued in demat form. Page 19. Commonly used terms in the capital market. Securities Transaction Tax, STT. It is the tax levied on all transactions in securities on a stock exchange at rates prescribed by central government under Securities Transaction Tax Rules 2004 and came into effect from 1/10/2004. Rolling settlement. In this type of settlement, the trades being executed during the particular day are settled based on the net obligations of that day. For example, in T+2 days basis settlement, the trades executed on Tuesday are to be settled on Thursday. This also means that the funds and securities pay in and pay out are carried on T+2 day basis. Pay in is the designated day on which the securities or funds are paid in by the members to the clearing house of the exchange. Pay out is the designated day on which securities and funds are paid out to the members by the clearing house of the exchange. Securities Lending Scheme. It is a scheme under which investors can lend their surplus securities to the clearing corporation and earn some return. The clearing corporation of the stock exchange borrow these securities on behalf of the broker members for meeting shortfall with the broker. In case the broker fails to return the securities, the clearing corporation may buy the securities from the market and return the securities borrowed from within investors within 7 days. Securities and Exchange Board of India. SEBI was constituted by Government of India during 1988 and accorded statutory powers under SEBI Act 1992 and with the objective A. to protect interests of investors, B. to promote the development of security market and C. to regulate the security market. The SEBI Act was amended on Jan 25, 1995 to give additional powers for ensuring orderly development of capital market and to enhance SEBI ability to protect the interest of the investors. SEBI can file complaints in courts and notify its regulations without the prior approval of central government. Management. SEBI is managed by its chairman and 5 members and has departments such as Primary Market Department, Issue Management Department, Secondary Market Department, Institutional Investment Department. It has 2 advisory committees, one each for primary and secondary market, to provide advisory guidance in framing policies and regulations. Actions. SEBI has been able to introduce certain measures such as A. allotment of shares only if minimum 90% subscription is received from the public. B. To refund the application money in case of non-allotment within 90 days. C. Payment of interest on refund amount after 30 days from date of closure of issue. D. Adequate disclosure of all material and specific risk factors associated with project in the prospectus and the same to be attached with the share application form. E. Publication of quarterly results. F. Introduction of stock invests for the subscription. G. Free pricing of equity issues by companies. H. Completion of allotment within 30 days. SEBI powers. For protection of investment, SEBI has powers to regulate or prohibit issue of prospectus, offer document or advertisement soliciting money for issue of securities. SEBI has powers to investigate where it has reasonable ground. 2. SEBI has powers to investigate where it has reasonable ground to believe that transactions in securities have been carried out in a manner detrimental to interest of investors. 3. SEBI has powers called seize and desist proceedings under which it can pass an order to persons violating the SEBI guidelines to cease and desist from committing such violation. Qualified institutional buyers. QIB. QIB are the institutional investors who are generally perceived to possess an expertise and financial strength to evaluate and invest in capital market. Under SEBI guidelines, they include public financial institutions, scheduled commercial banks, mutual funds, foreign institutional investors, and sub-account registered with SEBI, multilateral and bilateral development financial institutions, venture capital funds, foreign venture capital investors, state industrial development corporations, insurance companies, provident funds with minimum corpus of rupees 25 crores, pension funds with minimum corpus of rupees 25 crores, National Investment Fund. Application supported by blocked amount, ASBA. While subscribing a public issue, a prospective shareholder is expected to send along with his share application a check being the subscription amount based on which the funds in the account of the prospective shareholders are withdrawn by the company. What is ASBA? ASBA is an application containing an authorization by the investor to block the application. Page 20. Money in his bank account for subscribing to a public issue. Under ASBA, application money shall be debited to the bank account only if application is selected for allotment after the basis of allotment is finalized. In case of rights issue, the money shall be debited to the account after the receipt of instruction from the registrars. Who can apply through ASBA process? An individual investor can apply through ASBA process in a public issue through book building route, provided he/she A is a resident retail individual investor, that is, applying for share security up to rupees 2 lakhs, is bidding at cut-off with a single option as to the number of shares bid for. C is applying through blocking of funds in a bank account with SCSB. D has agreed not to revise his/her bid. E is not bidding under any of the reserved categories. Self-Certified Syndicate Bank, SCSB. SCSB is a bank which is recognized as a bank capable of providing ASBA services to investors. The list of such banks is available in the website of BSE, NSE and SEBI. It is also given in the ASBA application form. Record keeping. ASBA physical forms may be retained for a period of 6 months with SCSB for redressing complaints, if any, of the ASBA investor, and thereafter the same may be sent to the issuer. As regards electronic ASBA, SCSB need not take a printout or submit such printout to issuer or registrar. Advantages in applying through ASBA. 1. The investor is not required to pay the application money by check in advance. Instead, the investor submits ASBA, which accompanies an authorization to block his bank account to the extent of the application money. 2. An ASBA only that much money which is required for allotment of securities. is taken from the bank account only when his application is selected for allotment after the basis of his allotment is finalized. 3. The investor continues to earn on the application money as the same remains in the account. 4. The entire bank account will not be blocked. Only the amount to the extent of application money authorized in the ASBA will be blocked in the bank account. The balance money, if any, in the account can still be used for other purposes. Rajiv Gandhi Equity Savings Scheme RGESS. RGESS is a tax saving scheme announced in the Union Budget 2012-13, is exclusively for the first time retail individual investors in security market. It was notified on 23rd November 2012 and the operational guidelines issued by SEBI on 6 December 2012. The scheme is open for all new retail investors who have gross total income less than or equal to Rs 12 lakh. Our non-resident Indian is not eligible for investment in RGESS. Procedure. The new retail investor will open Demat account and eligible securities brought thereafter will be automatically subject to lock-in up to a value of Rs 50,000. Investment options. Listed equity shares. A. The top 100 stocks at NSE BSE CNX-100/BSE-100. B. Stocks of PSU categorized by government as Maharatna, Navaratna and Miniratna. C. Combination of stocks in A or B which are listed and traded on stock exchange, and settled through a depository system. D. Follow-on public offers FPOs of A and B. E. New fund offers of C above. Unlisted equity shares. F. Initial public offerings of PSU which are scheduled to get listed in the relevant financial year and where the government holding is at least 51% and whose annual turnover is not less than 4,000 crores for each of the immediate past 3 years. Tax deduction. Tax deduction US 80cc-G on 50% of the amount invested. For Rs 50,000, the amount eligible for tax deduction will be Rs 25,000. This deduction is over and above Rs 1.5 lakh limit specified under Section 80C. Dividend is tax-free. Role of depositories. Depositories are required to submit the report to Income Tax Department regarding RGSS beneficiaries within a period of 30 days from the end of financial year, that is by 30th April. Aam Aadmi Bima Yojana AABY. The scheme provides for insurance of head of family or an earning member of the family of rural landless households. Eligibility: rural landless households. Age group 18 to 59 years. Premium Rs 200 per member, 50% by central government and remaining 50% by state. Page 21. Nodal agency state government. Benefits: natural death Rs 30,000, accidental death Rs 75,000, total permanent disability Rs 75,000, loss of 2 eyes or 2 limbs or loss of 1 eye and 1 limb in accident, partial permanent disability scholarships Rs 37,500 rupees, loss of 1 eye or 1 limb in an accident. Scholarships are for partial permanent disability Rs 37,500, loss of 1 eye and 1 limb in an accident. Scholarships: 2 children of the beneficiaries studying in 9th to 12th standard will get Rs 300 per quarter per child. Creation of a fund of Rs 1,000 crore to be operated by LIC for meeting the liability of central government towards the share of premium payment. As per National Sample Survey, the number of rural landless households in the country is 1.5 crore. It is expected that in the first year, approximately 70 to 80 lakh of rural landless households would be covered under the scheme requiring an expenditure of rupees 70 to 80 crores by the central government towards its share of 50% premium. With the 8% annum return expected on the rupees 1000 crore fund, the amount would be sufficient to meet the liability of the premium payment. 3. A separate rupees 500 crore fund will be created for the purpose of providing scholarships to children of beneficiaries. This will make available rupees 40 crore for the full year at 8% per annum return. This amount would be suffice for the coverage of 3,33,000 children of the beneficiaries. This scheme would extend the benefit of life insurance coverage as well as coverage of partial and permanent disability to the head of the family or an earning member of the family of rural landless households in the states, and also educational assistance to their children studying from 9th to 12th standard as an extended benefit. Qualified Institutional Placement QIP. Qualified Institutional Placement QIP, a capital raising tool, is primarily used in India and other parts of southern Asia, whereby a listed company can issue equity shares, fully and partly convertible debentures, or any security other than warrants which are convertible to equity shares to a qualified institutional buyer, QIB. Apart from preferential allotment, this is the only other speedy method of private placement whereby a listed company can issue shares or convertible securities to a select group of persons. QIP scores over other methods because the issuing firm does not have to undergo elaborate procedural requirements to raise the capital. The Security and Exchange Board of India (SEBI) introduced the QIP process on May 8, 2006 to prevent listed companies in India from developing an excessive dependence on foreign capital. Eligibility. To be able to engage in a QIP, companies need to fully fulfill certain criteria such as being listed on an exchange which has trading terminals across the country and having the minimum public shareholding requirements which are specified in their listing agreement. Who can participate? The specified securities can be issued only to QIBs who shall not be promoters or related to promoters of the issuer. Issue is managed by SEBI registered merchant banker. There is no pre-issue filing of the placement document with the SEBI. The placement document is placed on the websites of stock exchanges and the issuer with appropriate disclaimer to the effect that the placement is meant only for QIBs on private placement basis and is not an offer to the public. Rules and regulations. In a QIP, there are fewer formalities with regard to rules and regulations as compared to follow-on public issue, FPO and rights issue. A QIP would mean that a company would only have to pay incremental fees to the exchange. In case of a GDR, a company will have to convert their accounts to IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards. For a QIP, companies' audited results are more than enough. Systematic Investment Plan SIP. Systematic Investment Plan (SIP) is an investment vehicle offered by mutual funds to investors, allowing them to invest using small periodically amounts instead of lump sums. The frequency of investment is usually weekly, monthly or quarterly. In SIP, a fixed amount of money is debited by the investor's bank's account periodically and invested in a specified mutual fund. The investor is allocated a number of units according to the then current net asset value. Every time a sum is invested, more units are added to the investor's account. The strategy claims to free the investors from speculating in volatile markets. As the investor is getting more in units when the price is low and less when the price is high, in the long run the average cost per unit is supposed to be lower. SIP claims to encourage disciplined investment. SIPs are flexible. The investors may stop investing a plan any time or may choose to increase or decrease the investment amount. SIP is usually recommended to retail investors who do not have resources to pursue active investment. Page 22. In India, a recurring payment can be set up for SIP using Electronic Clearing Services (ECS). Some mutual funds allow tax benefits under the equity-linked savings scheme. This, however, has a lock-in period of 3 years. Thus, the final payment of SIP must also clear the lock-in before the scheme can be availed. Terminal questions. Question number 1. Capital market is the market for underscore securities. Options: short term, long term. The answer is long term. Question number 2. Equity shares and long term debt is dealt with underscore market. Options are money market or capital market. The answer is capital market. Question number 3. Public issues by a company are regulated as per regulations of underscore in India. Options are SEBI or RBI. The answer is SEBI. Question number 4. Primary market is classified into public issues and private placement market. Options are true or false. Answer is true. Question number 5. Issue of fresh securities by companies part of underscore market. Options are primary or secondary. Answer is primary. Question number 6. Sale and purchase of already issued securities at stock exchange by investors is part of underscore market. Options are primary or secondary. Answer is secondary. Question number 7. Secondary markets can be auction market or a dealer market. Options are true or false. Answer is true. Question number 8. Corporatization is the process in which a non-corporate organization is converted into a corporate structure. Options are true or false. Answer is true. Question number 9. Transition process of a stock exchange from a mutually owned association to a shareholders company is called. Options are dematerialization or demutualization. Answer is demutualization. Question number 10. A member of stock exchange permitted to do trading on stock exchange is called. Options are stockbroker or authorized dealer. Answer is stockbroker. Question number 11. Equity shares are also called underscore shares. Options are preference or ordinary. Answer is ordinary. Question number 12. When new shares are issued to existing shareholders at a ratio of shares already held by them, the process is called underscore issue. Options are bonus/rights. Answer is rights. Question number 13. When new shares are issued and from the available reserves by a company, the process is called underscore shares. Options are bonus/rights. Answer is bonus. Question number 14. Preference shares like equity shares also carry voting rights. True or false? Answer is true. Question number 15. If dividend on preference share accumulates when it remains unpaid, this is also called underscore shares. Options are participating preference shares or cumulative preference shares. Answer is cumulative preference shares. Question number 16. Securities issued by a securitization company for securitization of financial assets are called underscore. Options are debentures or security receipts. Answer is security receipts. Question number 17. A secured bond type security issued by a company bearing a fixed rate of interest which is redeemed on a prefixed date is called underscore. Options are debenture or redeemable preference share. Answer is debenture. Question number 18. A bond that is issued at a discount on which no interest is payable, and repaid at a face value is called underscore. Options are zero coupon bond or convertible bond. Answer is zero coupon bond. Question number 19. The bonds that give investors the option to convert the bond into equity as a fixed price is called underscore. Options are zero coupon bond or convertible bond. Answer is convertible bond. Question number 20. Use promissory note issued by companies to raise funds on a short-term funds are called underscore. Options are commercial paper / debentures. Answer is commercial paper. Question number 21. Treasury bills are issued by RBI on behalf of government to raise funds on a underscore basis, short term or long term. Answer is short term. Question number 22. A tax which is required to be paid on sale and purchase of securities on stock exchange is called underscore tax. Options are sales tax or security transaction tax. Answer is security transaction tax. Question number 23. The day when the brokers have to make payment or deliver securities to the stock exchange is called underscore pay-in day or payout day. The answer is pay-in day. Question number 24. The day when exchange market make payment or delivery of securities to the stockbroker is called options pay-in day or payout day. The answer is payout day. Question number 25. On a stock exchange, when the settlement is done on a net basis on a day different from the date of trading, the process is called underscore. Options are real-time settlement or rolling settlement. Answer is rolling settlement. Question number 26. When the investors lend their surplus holding of securities to the stock exchange, which in turn receives these securities on behalf of brokers and later on returns these securities to the investors on due date, the process is called underscore. Options are securities lending scheme / repo. Answer is securities lending scheme. Question number 27. An unlisted company makes a fresh issue of the securities to be public. This is known as underscore initial public issue or further public issue. Answer is initial public issue. Question number 28. A company already listed on stock exchange comes out with a new public issue. This new issue is called underscore. Options are initial public issue or further public issue. Answer is further public issue. Question number 29. A company allots new shares to a select group of investors. The process is called initial public issue or private place. The answer is private place.
Page 23.
Question number 30. A private placement of shares is similar to rights issue. True or false? The answer is false. Question number 31. Red herring prospect is used by a company for making a public issue underscore process. Options are auction / book building. The answer is book building. Question 32. In a public issue where the price of shares to be offered to public for subscription is fixed by the company itself, it is called underscore. Options are fixed price issue / book building issue. The answer is fixed price issue. Question number 33. In a book building process of public issue by companies, the price of shares is fixed within a given range by underscore. Options are investor or company. The answer is company. Question number 33. In a book building process of public issues by companies, the price of shares is fixed within a given range by options are investor or company. The answer is company. Question number 34. The process that helps in discovering the price of securities in a public issue is called book building. True or false? The answer is true. Question number 35. A scheme in which company undertakes to buy back the fixed quantity shares at a predetermined price from the investors is called. Options are book building or safety net. The answer is safety net. Option 36. Question number 36. Question number 36. In a book building issue, the actual price is fixed by the company on the basis of price offered by the investors. This price is called underscore price. Options are book built price or cut-off price. Answer is cut-off price. Question number 37. Underscore has been established with a view to protect the interest of investors in the stock market. Options are NSE or SEBI. The answer is SEBI. Question number 38. Which of the following is an odd man out? Options are BSE, OTC, EI, QIB. The answer is QIB. Question number 39. In certain cases, SEBI has powers as are vested in a civil court under Code of Civil Procedure to try a suit. Is it true or false? The answer is it's true. Question number 40. Certain organizations are allowed to buy securities in bulk from the issuing companies as they are perceived to be possessing expertise and financial strength to evaluate the capital market. They are called, options are qualified institutional buyers or foreign institutional investments. The answer is qualified institutional buyers. Question number 41. The ownership, the management and the trading activities of a stock exchange are segregated in respect of a underscore stock exchange. Options are corporatized exchange or demutualized exchange. The answer is demutualized exchange. Question number 42. As per SEBI guidelines, under a book building process, the price range cannot be more than underscore of the floor price fixed by the company. The options are 10% or 20%. The answer is 20%. Question number 43. Before making a public issue, a company is expected to file the draft prospectus with SEBI underscore days before filing with Registrar of Companies. 10 days/30 days are the options. The answer is 30 days. Question number 44. If a listed company wants to raise funds through a rights issue, it has to file the draft prospectus with SEBI before filing it with Registrar of Companies. If the size of issue is above, options are 25 crores or 50 crores. The answer is 50 crores. Question number 45. A company can make public issue of securities only when it has made application for listing of shares on a stock exchange. Is it true or false? The answer is true. Question number 46. A company can make public issue of securities only when it makes demat arrangement with depository. Is it true or false? The answer is true. Question number 47. An unlisted company can make public issue of shares only when its net tangible assets are at least worth rupees. Options are 3 crores or 5 crores. Answer is 3 crores. Question number 48. An unlisted company can make public issue of shares only when its net worth in each of the last 3 years is at least worth rupees. Options are 1 crore or 2 crores. Answer is 1 crore. Question number 49. Credit rating is a must for public issue of underscore. Options are preference shares or convertible debt securities or both. Answer is convertible debt securities. Question number 50. A company can make a public issue only when it has arrangement to finance its project cost, at least to the extent of, options are 75% or 90%. The answer is 75%.